Hey everybody. Welcome back to another episode in the saga of Sir Spawns-A-Lot on ARK Survival Evolved's new map, Valguero. I realized that the videos have been kind of silly lately. I mean, we spent, 12 to 15 minutes on video searching for a Rex that we had killed with Rover when we jumped off Rover mid-fight trying to put our crossbow away. We had Rover still on neutral, and since the Rex was attacking us, Rover did his job and killed the Rex, and then we spent the next 10-15 minutes on video looking for said Rex. We've had a couple videos with no sound, and there's just been a couple mishaps, so I apologize for that. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention as I do stuff. I'm certainly I'm just trying to share with you guys the fun that I'm having, and yeah, I'm not a pro player. I just have a fun time playing the game, and I like to share the fun that I'm having with you guys. Anyway, let's go over really where we're at right now so far. So we have a base. It's a log cabin in the mountains here, kind of in between the snow biome and the swamp biome, and the snow biome and the white cliffs biome. So the swamp is like over there-ish. The white cliffs are over there. Wait, let's see. Straight south is the obelisk. The white cliffs are over there. The swamp is down there. The snow biome is over here. So we're kind of in the middle of a lot of stuff. And it's been pretty good for us here. I feel bad where we built because I've found some much better locations that I actually like for some potential builds much better. I think we may end up taking the top floor off this, closing this off, and leaving it as like just our starter base. And then going and building a base. There's some really cool locations that I'd like to build in. Some of them are near here. Some of them are not. But yeah. We've got... I've spent yesterday running up to the top of the mountain with Red Rover and mining metal. And coming back and smelting it so that we could make a... Castorades saddle, which we did, which is awesome because the Castorades saddle acts as a mobile smithy, similar to the Argentava saddle, and that's just awesome. The one thing it doesn't really do though is it does not allow you to repair items, as far as I can tell. So to repair items, you do have to come back to your actual smithy, but we picked up quite a bit of metal. We did steal and hatch 2 more eggs that actually ended up being super high level Queen Bee and the Dread Private Roberts. So yeah, I like both of them. They both have very similar coloring, but Roberts has red and Queen Bee has orange instead. And then they kind of are very similar to Bonnie. Well, Queen Bee is very similar to Bonnie, except Bonnie has kind of this like greenish color on her tail, whereas Queen Bee has kind of a purple. I will be breeding the Dread Private Roberts with Belle Star. They have pretty good stats to start. Belle Star was actually not one of the higher level ones. She was like level 95 egg, I think, not one of the 145s. But she gets a huge boost every time I pump HP. And she had a really high, what was it? I think it was the melee. She had a really high melee to start. So she was low on like food, and she was low on weight, and she was low on stamina, which is why her level was lower, but she had a really super high melee. So we're gonna take that with the melee and the huge bump she's been getting from the HP boosts. And we're going to combine that with Roberts, which is our highest level male with highest stats for a male. One thing I'd like to do, like, we did get a ton of metal, and, you know, metal isn't hard to get with a pickaxe, but it's kind of tedious, and it takes much longer than if you have an Ankylosaurus. So today I'd like to get an Ankylosaurus. That's not to say that we're going to get one. You know, the ARK kind of gives you what ARK wants to give you every day. And, you know, there's a lot of really cool things that ARK gives you each day, but it's not necessarily what you were looking for. ARK has actually been teasing me a lot with high-level Argentavises. See, that one's not, no, that's not much of a tease, but the one behind it is really cool color. I really like that, but it's only level 25. But I've been seeing a lot of like 135 and 140 and 150, and maybe it's telling us that we should do some Argentavis taming. Argentavises certainly make everything a lot easier insofar as like transport. You know, being able to pick up. Wow, you are wrecked, dude. And you're high level, but you are just absolutely wrecked. But this is what ARK has been giving me, a bunch of Argentavises. And obviously that's where I put my base. I didn't intend to make a base in the middle of Argentavis land, but, you know, I did. And also Rex land, so, which is cool, you know, I mean, I like the fact that there's a ton of Rexes and Argentavises spawning nearby. Oh, look, there's an Anky. Alright. Hey. What level are you, buddy? Not that it really matters all that much, but what level are you anyway? You can come out from behind the bushes. Don't be camera shy, it's okay. There you go. Ooh, level 150. Ow, that's going to be kind of a rough tame, actually. That's going to take quite some time. Let's see, do we have enough arrows? So we got another really cool crossbow from a drop. I'm just having all the luck with the drops. We're not getting blueprints though, which is kind of frustrating because I'd like to be able to craft some of these things, especially, you know, as I die occasionally and lose my stuff. I don't know that we actually have enough arrows on us. We're gonna have to take a look and see. Well, we can craft some more. We're gonna have to run back to base and get some narcotic after knocking this guy out. But yeah, as you see, like, I still have another blue one. We broke the one blue one. I have another blue one, and I have a green one in the chest at the base. So I've been getting really, really lucky with the drops. So again, I recommend getting the drops as often as possible. But yeah, if we use some of this narcotic to make arrows, which is what we're gonna do right now, then we are definitely going to have to run back and get a few more narcotics. Probably, not definitely, probably. I say that because I'm not going to use all of it to make arrows right now. I think maybe 50 arrows should be enough for 45 arrows. I'm hoping that it's actually going to take less than that. So, but what we're going to do here, we're not building any traps or anything. I did, it was really funny. I don't know if I made a video of the beaver tames. The beaver tames were funny. I got a level 150 beaver. I was not intending to get a level 150 beaver. I was intending to get a level 50 beaver. But I set up a trap right next to a beaver dam that was on the ground, and just let them all run up. When they went to go attack me, I stood at the back end of it, and they all ran into the trap, and all of them being 3. And it turned out that they were all 3 males, and you know, the 150 was right there, so I just took him. And then I tried to get a couple of females, and I was having just horrible luck as I was trying to get the females. Are you gonna come at me, bro? Where'd you go, bro? Oh, there you are. How's it going? Alright, hold on to that for me, okay? Anyway, yeah, so we ended up not getting the females, because it was just, the game was not being kind. They, like, one of them seemed to have despawned. Like, I didn't actually lose that one, it just actually despawned, like, right in front of me, which was really weird. And it had almost been down, and that was the one I was going for. It was a level 90. And then I tried to just get a level 50, and got her, and everything was fine until everything wasn't fine anymore, because when we got into a fight, she was the one to get targeted, and before I had some Deinonychus with me and Red Rover, before they could take care of the problem, she had already died. It was quick. But we're gonna get this guy down, and we're gonna use him to get metal from now on, so that we don't have to do it by hand. Gotcha. All right. Rover, go ahead and make sure that nothing gets us, okay? Yeah, you're cool looking too. I like this kind of like coppery color on him, and like kind of more goldish on his legs there, with like a silver underbelly. This guy is he's very cool looking. I like this Anky quite a bit. So I'm happy that we stumbled across this guy. I really was not going to go for a 150. I was more looking for about the 95 to 120 range. But 150 does work, so that's what we'll use. Let's go ahead and half this and start out with 47 berries. I'm going to give you 24 extra just in case I happen to miss when you run out of major berries. I don't want you to lose taming effectiveness or anything like that. Let's take a quick look around the area, make sure that we don't have anybody that's going to come and try to gank our Anky. Oh cool, what's this? Got some ruins over here. Whoop. I do not want to hit an XP box if there's an XP box, because we are not going XP farming right now. But I definitely really like all the ruins in Valguero. There's a lot of really cool touches. I've run into a fair number of ruins so far. There's a spot actually on top of a mountain that has a castle already up there, like a full-on castle, that I saw when I was flying over the snow biome earlier. And that might be a spot that we look into trying to do a build there. And one of the reasons that the ruins are cool is because you can get a lot of stuff build-wise done without using the same amount of materials that you would necessarily use building it from scratch, because you're adding on to what's already there. And if you can keep to a similar style where you're not you know, kind of ruining the ambiance of the map, then I think it's just awesome to be able to incorporate you know, your builds and styles onto what the map creator has already put out there. So we might go take a look at that actually, and see if we want to get a base that's like close to really deep in the snow biome up there. There's a bunch of like Uties and woolly mammoths that spawn over there, and you know, it wouldn't hurt to have a base around there. So you know, maybe we'll look into that. That could be a cool, like, kind of low cost, high reward base. So we'll definitely see, you know, what we have going on over there, and maybe make a video of that as we explore the castle or something like that. That could be cool. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to run around. I'm going to make sure that our Ankylosaurus is safe and secret and hidden. And, you know, we'll just keep running around and killing everything around it until it wakes up. And I will catch you guys in another video. We'll try to make sure that the videos go a little smoother and that I'm you know, paying a little more attention to what I'm doing, so that I don't spend 15-20 minutes running around looking for something that I killed. But I have a great time doing these with you guys and sharing them with you guys. I hope you guys have a good time watching them. We're going to finish off with a fight against some aloes. Get some bleed damage on Rover. Sorry about that, Rover. Sorry, Rover. You got this, though, buddy. You got this. I have the utmost faith in you. So we're doing like 145s and 194s against that aloe. That's pretty darn good. Red Rover is just a beast. I'm really enjoying the fact that I chose to bring him over. And again, you know, I was one of the reasons why I brought him is because. Oh, thank you. One of the reasons why I brought him is because I had no gameplay with him in the island map. You know, I had used him as a breeder, and then his progeny, you know, ended up having better stats than him, and took his place in the line. So he was just kind of just hanging out at the base, and since I hadn't used him at all, oh no, this is not good. Hey, oh well, that was a thing. Dude, did you at least leave a bag with my Majo berries? No, you ate the Majo berries off my Anky, dude. So that just happened. This guy went and ate the Anky that we were taming. Not a good time to poop there, Rover. Not a good time to poop. Let's see what level it is. I've already damaged it a bunch, but it should have the hit points to handle a few more. And he's got that white mohawk that Creamsicle has. Whoops. What just happened there? Alright. Only level 90 though. Level 90 normally I wouldn't say is all that bad for a Rex, like to get a couple Rexes to guard the base or whatever, or somebody to just run around with and have fun. But we've got a level 100 female already that we tamed up, and there are a ton of Rexes that spawn near our base, so there's no need to. Yeah, you're big and scary and dead because you chose to roar right then. You know, you had me down to half health, but you chose to roar in the middle of the fight, dude. Bad choice. Did you get my Majo berries? Oh, you jerk. You didn't get my Majo berries. Focal chili. I think I have the focal. I think I have most of the recipes now. I've got, let's see. Kalian soup, focal chili, medical brew, a green Rockwell recipe in a bottle. I can't remember which one it was. Well, I've got, I want to say 12 total or 10 total recipes if you include the soups. I think it's 12. The soups and the jerkies and the brews. So I think I've gotten most of them. I'm not sure how many there are, but I kill a lot of carnivores, so, and that seems to be where you get them from. I haven't seen them from anywhere else, so I think that's the only place you can get them. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let you guys go and finish off the video there. Kind of sucks we lost our Anky team. That was gonna be really cool to have such a high level guy, but we're gonna go get some berries with our Castorades. We'll grab some metal on the way back, since that was why we were getting the Anky in the first place. We're almost out of shotgun ammo, and I need to create some simple bullets. So I've been throwing some stone in the stone and flint in the mortar and pestle, so that we can get spark powder and then gunpowder with all the charcoal that I've been picking up from my campfires and from the and from the breeding fires for the Deinonychus. So, yeah, we'll catch up with you guys on the next one. I probably will take the top off that base, or because I don't want to just leave it with the second story unfinished. It'll just have a flat roof instead of a roof, which I don't really like. But I've seen so many really cool spots that I want to show you guys where I have such really cool ideas for bases, and you know, quite frankly, I'm just, you know, until we get everything set up where it's a much more automated process, I'm not the greatest at farming up a ton of materials. So as you saw on the island, you know, we have yet to finish a base on the island. The southeast island of the island is really close to being done, but it's not done. And that northwest base, you know, I got that first level done real fast, but the second level I've enjoyed having open because I've been parking a bunch of flyers up there. So I definitely will make like a helipad type area or something like that, but eventually. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell with all the gameplay that we've done so far, we have yet to have a completely finished base. So I'm not really the person that is really good for that. So if I want to create a really awesome base, which I do, and there's lots of really cool places to do it, I don't want to be creating, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 of them. So I want to choose my spot very wisely. And dude, you picked this was a bad idea for you. Okay. I saw you, and I was just gonna leave you alone because I was in the middle of talking. But, yeah, as I was saying, you know, hey, look, there's a Dodic. Dodicarus. I've already got one of you, though. I might come back for you if I want to breed at some point, but already got one, and we're good with that for now. Anyway, once I set it up as a more automated process and I can gather a ton more materials, I will choose one of these really cool build areas that I've found, and I will make just something that we can all be really excited about. But for the time being, I just want the functionality, and we've gotten some pretty good functionality going with the base we have here so far. We'll probably seal it off on the top there, and then you know, just call it a day for that one. The functionality so far is just fine. And whoops, I will pick that egg up. I want that egg. Thank you. Thank you. I've got a bunch of jerky going in the preserving bin down the way. If you don't know how to make jerky, toss some oil along with the spark powder that you have going in your preserving bin. The spark powder requires the preserving bin requires the spark powder to run. You throw some oil in there too, and along with your cooked meat or your cooked prime, and you're getting cooked meat jerky or cooked prime meat jerky. So yeah, we've got some jerkies going. We've got here, I'll show you the thought for the crop plots is to extend the balcony and have the crop pots over in that corner. We've got some water up there. So we'll get that set up pretty soon, and then we'll be able to get I think most of the kibbles, because we've got the pteranodons for the extra small eggs. We've got creamsicle for the really large eggs. We've got the Deinonychus for whatever type of egg they give. I think it's a special egg. I'm not 100% sure. And we've been stealing eggs from lots of things. I keep finding eggs out and about and yoinking them anytime I see them. Oh, and we have some new members of the family. I should introduce you. We've got Simon, the monkey. He's a pretty cool guy. He was an accidental tame. I ended up spending the night at the Green Obelisk after dying a few times and rounding everybody up. I had only rounded up Bucky and one of the Deinonychuses, Dread Pirate Roberts, and I didn't want to be running around trying to find everybody else with Bucky, who was hurt a bit, so I left Bucky and Roberts at the Green Obelisk, then went and got everybody else, brought them to the Green Obelisk, then decided I was just going to spend the night there, and lo and behold, Simon was running around, so to pass the time, I tamed him. We've got Rockette. She is our boulder buster. Love her. As of right now, I have to make her follow me out to places, and then while I farm, or I just recently got Bucky back, so I haven't been farming a ton of wood with him yet. But what I was doing is when I was farming wood by hand, I'd tell Rockette to wander around the area that I was farming in, and she'd go and bust all the boulders in the area, and then we'd run back together and have wood and stone. But yeah, so those there's Bucky, Rockette, and Simon, and that's our new members of the family, and that'll do it for today. Talk to you guys soon.